There's a lot of you out there today, and I'm a little nervous. But good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brandy Heckel, and I'm here this morning to just share a couple of stories about how Tell Out My Soul resonates with me. As a member of St. Martin's for the last 24 years, I have always felt the presence of Christ whenever I have walked through those two red doors. And then I got asked by Miss Little Flo to be the leader of the greeters, and you can't tell Miss Flo no. So I am now the ministry head of the greeters, and what I always say to people that want to come and be part of our greeting group is that as each person walks up to those two doors, when you look into their eyes, you are seeing Christ. He's here. He is in each one of us. And, each person entering is coming to sense, to hear, and to feel God when we are inside this church. And we keep returning, so we know he's doing a good job. Another example of Tell Out My Soul is part of our healing prayers. And it doesn't matter if it's during a Sunday service or if it's just an impromptu gathering. Most of you know my son Jack. He is 25 and is usually in solid black as a verger. And he started out as one of the youngest acolytes we've ever had and went all the way through doing all of the acolytes in every position and is now a verger. And as a parent, you know that when your children will do something wrong, you've got to figure out what it is that will get to them. And most kids, it's, I'm going to take away your phone. Well, for my children, it was, you can't acolyte next week. I mean, I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but for some strange reason, that was the Heckel children. So and when Jack was 10, he had a pretty bad ski accident and broke his leg in two places and had to have surgery and was in a wheelchair for, 4 or 6 weeks. And we had acolyte practice. And so when we were up here practicing our things that we go through, different procedures, Jack was having to sit out in the aisle because at that time we didn't have a handicapped pew. And so he was sitting there, and at the time Father Jim was the rector. And he had walked in and was kind of watching over us practice. And he walked out and saw Jack, and that Jack was a little bit down. And he stopped the practice. And he said, I want everyone to gather. And so mostly it was kids, a few of the adults, because, we have to drive them to get here. So we end up becoming part of the acolyte group. So we all went out into the middle of the aisle, and he wanted every one of us to put a hand on Jack. And it was the first time I had ever experienced a healing prayer. And it was palpable. You could feel God there. And so once you go through something like that, you just want more and more of it. So when we were beginning to have healing prayers at the early morning service and at 10:30, I was very happy that more of us will get to experience it. And it obviously shows, because at 8:30 now we have this line of people that want a healing prayer. And at 10:30 we have a person, a Stephen minister, that will be back there to be a witness and to lay hands on people. And you just know that God is there. And he's not just in those meetings. He's in every ministry that we have at this church. He's in every meeting. He's in every baptism, in every meal. Anytime a few of us gather, he's there. Thank you for your time.